Once my dog Mickey almost went to doggy heaven because of me, because one day I wanted to take him for a walk, but I didn't have a leash. So, in one of those moments, I came up with the brilliant idea that not even Einstein would have thought of, to look for a plastic zip tie, one of those that gets tighter the more you pull on it. And I put it around his neck, but without meaning to, I pulled it too tight and almost choked my poor dog. But before he turned purple, my 11-year-old self had a light bulb moment and ran to get some scissors to cut the tie, and thank God my parents never found out. I hope they don't see this video. One time, my dad almost got poisoned because he ate some raw, rotten meat that was in the fridge. But the thing is, he saw something brown that looked like beans, so he tried it and said it tasted horrible, but he still made a taco out of it because my dad is capable of eating even a sewer rat. But then he told me his stomach hurt, and he thought to himself, I think that stuff was dog food, but in the end, my mom told him that what he had eaten was raw meat from about 5 weeks ago that nobody had eaten.
The dog eats really well.
One time when it was Christmas, my friend Panza and I almost set a car on fire with a sparkler because we were out in the street enjoying Christmas and lighting fireworks. But then Panza said,
let's throw a sparkler as far as we can at the same time.
So I got my throwing arm ready, and at the same time Panza and I threw a sparkler as far as we could, but mine, unfortunately, it landed on a car's windshield, and instead of just sparking, it exploded and cracked the car's glass. And the car alarm went off, so in the end, Panza and I ran away so we wouldn't get scolded.
Run, big guy! Run, big guy!
Once, when I was 16 years old, I was invited to a party because it was my friend Platano's birthday. And because I was clumsy, I embarrassed myself in front of the whole party twice in a row because one of those times I got up to go to the bathroom. And as I'm walking, I slipped so badly that I couldn't even catch myself and I landed right on my chin. And Platano's aunt says to me,
Are you okay, son? That was a hell of a hit you took.
But I acted tough, like it didn't even hurt. So, when I was coming back from the bathroom and was about to sit in my chair, there was a dip in the floor behind me, and I fell backwards on my butt. And I landed hard on the grass, and everyone laughed at me.
I looked like a fool last night.
Once my aunt, that one-legged old hag, asked me to water her plants because it was hard for her, so I decided to help her. But when I left the house with my little bucket of water, I didn't realize there was a small balcony facing the street. Then I tripped and hit my stomach on the edge of the sidewalk, and all the water I was carrying spilled on me. And because of the pain, I just rolled around on the sidewalk. But then my aunt came to see what had happened because there was a loud noise, and she said to me,
"What are you doing?"
And I told her while struggling. I fell, and the air got knocked out of me. But instead of helping me, she started laughing, and then karma got her because when she tried to leave her house, she put weight on the legs she didn't have, and she fell too. The worst part is she nearly fell on me. Once I got obsessed with a movie when I was 10 years old because it was one called Brother Bear, and my dad used to buy me pirated movies at the market, and every week I would watch it like 8,000 times. So, at the end of the week, the disc would get scratched and it wouldn't even work, and my dad had to buy me a new movie again, a pirated one, for 18 pesos. But I got so obsessed that when I was at my grandma's house, I would ask her to play it over and over again until I learned all the characters' lines, and to this day, I still know them. Sitka, no, you guys have to get out of here. What? The bear behind you? Ah!
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night.
Once, my little brother Moharin dared my girlfriend to trigger the movie theater alarms, and we almost got kicked out because my girlfriend was saying,
"One time I accidentally set off the movie theater alarm."
Then my brother says to her,
Come on, I dare you to press that fire alarm.
Then my girlfriend thought that just lifting the cover over the button wouldn't do anything, since she'd still have to press it for any sound to happen. But then she lifts the cover and it starts going off. Woo, woo, woo! And everyone who was watching the movies left the theater, and a cinema manager had to come running to turn off the alarm because we didn't even know what to do. Once when I traveled by plane for the first time, I almost forgot my BlackBerry phone on the plane because I put it in the seat back pocket. But when we arrived in Acapulco, I got off really excited and left my phone there. But then, I wanted to take a picture while I was inside the airport and I realized I didn't have my phone. And at that moment, it clicked and I remembered that I had left it on the plane. To top it off, that plane was going to Venezuela. So, if I didn't run to get my phone, it was going to end up in Venezuela. My poor phone. So, I ran as fast as I could. And the good thing is that in the end, the plane was still connected to the boarding bridge. If not, my parents would have killed me.
All right, goodbye, Master.
One time, my friend El Cabra would fall over from the slightest breeze when we played soccer. Because during every school recess, we would always spend our time playing soccer. El Cabra spent more time on the ground than playing soccer. And the thing is, sometimes I would pass him the ball because he was alone, then I'd look away, and when I looked back, El Cabra was already on the ground, without anyone touching him. And one day we asked him, "Hey Cabra, what the heck is wrong with you? Why do you fall down by yourself?" And he didn't say a word. He just took off his shoe and showed us the reason. And it turns out he had a bunion bigger than Everest itself.
Pizza here.
Once when I was a kid, my friend Diente stood up to a teacher because we always played soccer with bottles at school. But one day, the teacher Chorizo took away the bottle we were playing soccer with because that teacher was mean and a jerk. But when he took the bottle from us, Diente got angry because we weren't doing anything wrong. So he went to the cafeteria and bought 22 bottles of water in front of the teacher so we could keep playing. But the thing is, Diente got 500 pesos a day for school. And the teacher said, "Give me all those bottles." But the good thing is, in the end, he gave him 21 bottles. And we kept one so we could keep playing.
One more and you're done for.
Once when I was a kid, my friends made fun of me because I had been invited to a party, but I brought a gift that cost 99 pesos, plus 40 off, and the worst part is I didn't take off the price tag. So a few days later, when it was Monday, I got to school and they started making fun of me, that it had been the cheapest gift. And my buddy Mojara says to me, "Just say the word and we'll beat them up." And I tell him, "Nah, let's just go see some hookers with the 500 pesos I had left over from Max's gift." And in the end, the good thing is that they made fun of me. But Mojara and I spent all the money on pizzas.
It's about drive, it's about power.
One time, when I was 9 years old, we were in the classroom, and my friend Panzas had a guy named Chepe fall on top of him, who weighed like 160 kilos, because the fat man was fixing the classroom's air conditioning. Then, at one point, the ladder that Mr. Chepe was standing on, a screw came loose, and I clearly saw in 8K how the janitor fell on top of Panzas, who was standing near a table, and he pinned him against the table. Poor Panzas was left lying on the floor doing this. And in the end, Mr. Chepe stands up like nothing happened and says, "Teacher, I think I squashed a kid. The good thing is he's chubby like me."
Call the police. They're killing me.
Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal, criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama.